Elon Musk kicking off the election conversation? What is the old spaceman up to? Elon Musk says Google interferes to help Democrats thousands of times every election season. Is he trying to find himself on a one-way trip on the next SpaceX rocket out into the universe? Like, you're treading some dangerous water here, Elon. Billionaire ex-owner Elon Musk said Google interferes to help Democrats thousands of times every election season. Those detailed a watchdog group's claims that search a giant allegedly boosts Dems while censoring Republicans. We'll get into that very shortly, but I want to hear Elon's commentary over the top of it first and foremost. The Post reported the right-leaning watchdog called the Media Research Center, MRC, published an analysis detailing what it describes as 41 alleged instances of election interference at an online search giant since 2008. Musk quote tweeted the screenshot of the article and asserted that it understands the magnitude of the problem. Google interferes to help Democrats thousands of times every election season! Exclamation point. This is to be expected when their censorship, aka trust and safety teams, have far left political views. Google did not immediately respond to requests for comment from Musk's tweet because they're just trying to pretend that it doesn't happen. Because as powerful as Elon Musk's singular voice is, Google controls the internet. Let's keep it a buck. Critics have recently accused Google of injecting its AI chatbot Gemini with political bias. Political bias? Well, that's one way of rephrasing, rewriting history, gaslighting people, but it being so simply ludicrous that, well, everybody clowned it for exactly what it was. But instead of talking about the metaphorical, let's talk about the stuff that Elon was trying to discuss right here. So we have Google helped boost Obama. Oh, really? It goes back that far, huh? Guess what? It goes back even further with the Democratic voting machine. Not that, like, possessed by the ghost of Hugo Chavez, Sidney Powell, Lynn Wood type of voting machine, but the entire Democratic establishment. We're talking about that type of machine. And Clinton presidential runs while censoring Republicans. Google has been putting its thumbs on the scale of the Democratic candidates and helping them win the presidency in the last 4 election cycles, during which it censored Republicans, according to right-leaning media watchdog. The Media Research Center published a report alleging 41 instances of election interference by search engines since 2008. Yeah, 2008, where they, and the entire media, the fact that they did, that was the most mask-off situation. For as much as they hate Trump, the flip reverse of that would be how much they loved Barack Obama, and their incessant coverage of Trump doesn't even come close to how much sack-licking they were doing for Obama. Just go back and refresh yourself how much water they carried for Obama. It's unbelievable. Anyways, the MRC published a report accusing Google of having utilized its power to help push to electoral victory the most liberal candidates while targeting their opponents for censorship. Oh, you don't say. The report comes weeks after all sides conducted an analysis and found that news aggregator Google News skewed even more off the charts in 2023. I had to stop using it because it was just not relevant to any of the searches that I was doing for the topics that I researched, because quite frankly, it was linking me out to mass media outlets, which is totally fine. I expect that. It's just when it's always at the top of the results, it's CNN, The Hill, New York Times, WAPO, I couldn't take it anymore. It just wasn't worthwhile. It wasn't worth my time. Google has also come under fire. Yes, for Gemini. Okay, yes, black founding fathers of the United States of America. Very accurate, right? Google has denied the claims made by MRC. Well, yeah, of course. Elon Musk tweeted out about it. In 2008, MRC alleged that Google threw its support behind then-Senator Barack Obama as he faced off against Hillary Clinton for the Democratic nomination. Well, yeah, of course. According to the MRC report, Google targeted support for Hillary Clinton for censorship by suspending the accounts of writers who wrote blogs critical of Obama during his primary race against Clinton. Interesting. 4 years later, Google, which once again favored Obama over Mitt Romney, well, to be fair, I would have voted for the Meteor if given the opportunity, refused to correct a Google bomb that smeared GOP primary candidate Rick Santorum. According to the report, again, the Meteor would be preferential to any of those options. The MRC study cited data from Dr. Robert Epstein, no relation, I think, who told Congress that Google's search algorithm shifted at least 2.5 million votes to Clinton in her failed race against eventual winner Donald Trump. Yeah, that's why Clinton is still so soft, or still so salty after all these years, because, man, she had all the apparati in place to win, but she was about as popular as a Magic Johnson AIDS test. So Epstein claimed to have conducted dozens of controlled experiments that uncover the impact of Google's bias, but a source close to the company pushed back, citing flaws in Epstein's methodology. Right, well, yeah, of course. Democrats have operatives everywhere, which produced claims that were widely debunked. Right, it's just widely debunked. Unlike the Hunter Biden laptop story, it was widely debunked. 50 some odd heads of intelligence institutions came out and widely debunked it. In 2020, Google targeted Tulsi Gabbard, yes, exactly, the Democratic Congresswoman from Hawaii who was running for the party's nomination for president, by disabling Gabbard's ads accounts just as she became the most searched candidate following the first Democratic primary debate. Yeah, where she absolutely roasted Kamala Harris on stage. Funny, Tulsi Gabbard became an overnight sensation after that, and Kamala Harris's political aspirations should have been done after that, but funny how those situations tend to work out. But no, widely debunked, right? A source close to Google refuted the claim, right, saying the company's automated system flagged unusual activity due to large spending changes in an effort to prevent fraud. Yeah, within a few minutes of her dropping that absolute nuke on Kamala Harris, yeah, the system was working as it was working fine. No, yeah, 100% widely debunked. Now, the matter was resolved within 6 hours, as 6 hours in internet times might as well be a decade. Because if Tulsi Gabbard doesn't have her ads out there at the time when she is being searched, when she is being suppressed in the algorithm, she's dead in the water. Again, you could have the best content online, but if nobody can find you, well, guess what? You're just an asshole out there screaming into the ether. That's what That's what was happening to Tulsi Gabbard in 2020. Nonprofit went on to accuse Google of having suppressed news sources critical of Joe Biden. You don't say. The MRC also alleged that Google's left-leaning bias impacted the 2022 Georgia Senate race between former football great Herschel Walker. Well, there were also problems with his candidacy, but Raphael Warnock, I mean, come on, did you see some of those videos of him and his ex-wife out there? Like, come on, man. According to the report, Google searches favored incumbent Warnock in the swing precinct, where a greater proportions of undecided voters likely reside. Source close to the Post. To Google, told the Post that third parties that had looked at its results found no evidence of support that support claims of political bias. I mean, you can use the search engine. You can go and assess the bias yourself. It's laid bare for the world to see. So the fact that you can just simply, with a straight face, say that there's no political bias at Google, like, come on, man. What do you think? We're just as stupid as the people that work for Joe Biden? Like, come on, man. There is absolutely nothing new here. Just a recycle list of baseless, inaccurate complaints that have been debunked by third parties, and many that failed in the courts. Oh, yeah, exactly. A Google spokesperson told the Post, right? Yeah, there's nothing to see here. This Baghdad Bob type shit, where it's just like, nope, nothing to see here. Don't mind the explosions in the background. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Everything could be burning down around us, but you'd be a bigot to go ahead and push this stuff. All right, that doesn't work anymore. Oh, damn it. Politicians on the left have a long history of making similar claims too. Oh, really? Accusing the entertainment and information establishments of censoring far-left ideologues. Right. We have a clear business incentive to keep everyone using our products. Yeah, exactly. Business incentives. I mean, all you need to do is just take a look at that open pipeline between Washington, D.C. and big tech firms to understand that there's quite a good business incentive to make sure that everything works as intended. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So we have no desire to make them biased or inaccurate and have safeguards in place to ensure this. The Google spokesperson said that numerous conservatives have been particularly successful in using our platform to spread their message to a wide audience. Can you go ahead and cite specific instances? Oh, wait, you can't, because you're just trying to put out a raging fire with a simple bucket. You're trying to bail out the Titanic after it hit an iceberg using a roll of Scotch tape. I mean, I would like to see the methodology that is on display that has led to these 41 specific instances. I'm just saying, it all kind of bores out based on years and years and years of other ancillary research, other studies that have also concluded that big tech censorship or simply icing out of a certain candidate has led to disproportionate coverage of the other, especially when you have identical stories running at the same time, covering the same issue, but in different ideological leanings. One gets preferential treatment over the other. Or hell, just take a look at the way that Google prioritizes their own proprietary video outlet with YouTube over alternatives like Rumble, Odyssey, other hosting services. And hell, Rumble even had a case that they took to court, still think it's in the court right now, where they show direct and obvious bias against their platform. Like, it's happening. So why would it be so spectacular to believe that it isn't happening to incentivize, oh, I don't know, the political party that Google makes like 95% of their donations to? Really does get the old noggin jogging now, doesn't it? So Elon Musk, you're on to something, man. MRC, I think you found out something good right there, but let's just see if this ends up getting memory hold the same way that that far-right extremist conspiracy theory, the Hunter Biden laptop, ended up happening in 2020. Oh, right, that was true. Oh, damn. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.